Hey y'all, it's Jen from Crazy Speech World. I'm here today to show you my tips and tricks for using crafts in your therapy. I get a ton of questions on my blog about how I make my Craftivies work and how they are successful without losing or watering down our therapy sessions. I don't want to lose the focus or the effectiveness of what we're doing for the sake of a craft. My purpose for the craft is honestly to keep them busy while I'm working individually with each student. Also, it serves as a carryover activity because I know that they're excited about it, about what they've made. They're going to take it home and they're going to show their mom and dad or grandma or brother or sister, and so they're going to be practicing whatever speech skill we worked on that day. So that's probably the best part. The first thing that I do to prep is have a model. I always make the craft first myself and I hang it on the board. That way my kids know when they walk in the door that that's what we're doing that day. It also serves as a visual reference for them. So when they're working on their craft, they don't have to interrupt me or interrupt our flow just to ask me something about how to put together the craft that they're working on. So that is super helpful. The second thing that I do is prepping. I always have everything ready for them. I'm not going to have them cut out the templates. I'm going to have that ready to go. I just feel like that works best for me, but obviously you can do whatever works best for you. To prep, it does take some time to sit down and cut everything out, but something that I have figured out that works as a time saver is to fold the construction paper. So I always have these big, huge sheets. At my school, we have these giant, I think they're 12 by 17 sheets of construction paper. So what I'm going to do is fold it as much as I can so that, but not so much that it's hard to cut. I still want to be able to cut through it. So I'm going to fold and fold. I think this is good. And then I'm going to take my template and that I've already cut out, and I'm going to put it up against this paper and I'm going to cut around it. I am not going to trace it because I feel like that's an extra step that I don't need to waste my time with. And then it doesn't have to be perfect. That's my other thing. I know some people are perfectionists and they like things to be pretty and smooth, but this honestly is probably going to end up in the trash. So I don't really care if the edges aren't perfect or it's not a perfect circle. So you see, out of that one cut that I just made, I got all these circles. Perfect. Next tip, baggies. I use baggies for everything to store all my materials, so of course I use them for my crafts too. I have everything cut in here and ready to go for my kids. For this caterpillar craft, I'm actually letting them choose the colors that they want to use, so I'll dump this bag on the table and I'll let them go crazy. If it was a craft that we were working on where I wanted it to be exactly like mine or they didn't have any color options, I always get all the pieces that they need and I paper clip them together. So instead of a bag of just a bunch of different things, different colors, I would have a bunch of these paper clipped bundles in there so that I can just hand them out. Always, always, always count how many you're going to need and cut exactly that, because you don't need to have or to be wasting your time cutting out a bunch of things that you're not going to be using. I hope those tips help you a little bit get started using crafts in your therapy. Please leave me more comments or questions if you have them. I would love to hear what you think. If you use Craftivies and you have a good tip, please share it with us. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.